I now invite the Chairman of Bursa Malaysia, Yang Berbahagia, Tan Sri Abdul Wahid Omar, to deliver his welcome remarks. Dipersilakan Tan Sri.
Thank you, Audrey. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk On Hafiz Ghazi, Menteri Besar Johor, Datuk Seri Utama Hasni, Datuk Omar, esteemed panelists and speakers, distinguished partners, investors and guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning. Salam Malaysia Madani. Welcome to our flagship edition of Bursa Malaysia's Invest Malaysia Series 2024, Invest Malaysia Iskandar. It is indeed our pleasure to return to Johor for another key event. Last year, we were here for Bursa Malaysia Marketplace Fair, primarily engaging with retail investors. And today, our curated event is targeted to engage institutional investors as part of our multi-dimensional engagements. It is fitting that we meet in Iskandar, given much of today's discussions will be on the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone and theme where policies made progress. Today's series will explore how Malaysia and the Special Economic Zone in particular offers investors valuable opportunities within the nation's developments and growth plans. We are truly honored to have with us today our Prime Minister, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim. Datuk Seri, thank you for your presence, which is a testimony to your unwavering pursuit in championing and driving Malaysia's economic progress. Thank you too to our Menteri Besar for taking time away from his mahkota by-election, if I may. Now, please allow me to cover three areas in my welcome remarks. Firstly, on the significant achievements of the equity markets in 2024. Secondly, the key factors driving such performance. And third, a quick outline of today's proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, 2024 has indeed been a really good year for our equity capital market. The benchmark index, our FTSE Bursa Malaysia KLCI, gained 15% year-to-date as at yesterday's closing, making Bursa Malaysia as the best performing market in ASEAN. This resulted in our overall market capitalization to reach 2.05 trillion ringgit, having surpassed the 2 trillion ringgit mark for the first time in May this year. The market has been very active, with year-to-date average daily trading value increasing by 64% to 3.37 billion ringgit from 2.06 billion ringgit last year. Foreign investors contributed 35% to trading value, with net inflow of 4 billion ringgit. For the first half of 2024, Bursa Malaysia is the leading stock exchange for IPOs in ASEAN, having raised some $450 million, representing 33% market share of the region's IPO market. In fact, we have already recorded 35 listings to date, with 6.1 billion ringgit in funds raised in total, and total market capitalization IPO of 25.7 billion ringgit. There are several more listings anticipated for the remaining quarter of 2024, and we are indeed optimistic of meeting our target of 42 IPOs this year, a level not achieved since 2006 when we had 40 listings. And the market outlook remains robust, bolstered by sustained interest from both domestic and foreign investors. In fact, our three Invest Malaysia partners here this morning, Maybank, CIMB Securities, and HSBC, have higher 2024 year-end targets for the FBM KLCI at 1,720, 1,732, and 1,740 respectively. One of them, in fact, 2 days ago, issued a higher 2025 year-end target of 1,920 level. Now, that's actually 14.7% higher than yesterday's closing of 1673. So, what are the key factors influencing such performance? Well, obviously, there are multiple factors, but please allow me to highlight 3 of them. First is the favorable macroeconomic environment in Malaysia, with GDP growth of 5% for the first half of 2024, And this was driven largely by the Malaysian government's Madani Economic Framework, which was launched by the Prime Minister last July 2023, supported by key policies such as the National Energy Transition Roadmap, the new Industrial Master Plan 2030, and the National Semiconductor Strategy, among others. Second is the continued strong trade performance, with total trade in the first 8 months of the year rising 10.9% year-on-year to 1.9 trillion ringgit, and the continued trade surplus of 78.2 billion ringgit. Malaysia's current account surplus for the first half of 2024 was sustained at 19.2 billion ringgit level, representing about 2.1% of GDP. And the third factor is the strong encouragement by the government for the government-linked investment companies and other investors to prioritize domestic investments, which generate not only competitive and healthy returns, but will also create business and employment opportunities in the country that will help further spur economic growth in the country. Now, such positive factors, plus other external factors, such as the lowering of US interest rates, have resulted in Malaysian ringgit strengthening against the US dollar by some 10.4% to the 4 ringgit and 13 cents level today, compared to the 4 ringgit and 61 cent level at the beginning of the year. The growing confidence is also reflected in the increased FDI, with approved FDI for the first half of 2024, as reported by MADA, reaching 74.6 billion ringgit, 16.7% higher than last year. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Bursa Malaysia's efforts in driving capital market conversations over the years have in part helped to connect corporates, market participants, and the government in fostering a collaborative environment for economic growth. Our Invest Malaysia series, in particular, is designed to enhance Malaysia's profile to global fund managers and institutional investors. Since our first Invest Malaysia in 2005, we have conducted 31 Invest Malaysia editions in Kuala Lumpur and 59 Invest Malaysia Away editions in major financial cities across the globe. And this included the Invest Malaysia New York, which was presided by the Prime Minister last September. Today's conversations promise a wealth of insights, starting with the Honourable Menteri Besar of Johor, Dato' On Hafiz Ghazi, who will provide an on-the-ground and inside perspective of Johor and its stakeholders. We can expect the MB to promote the Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone as an attractive location for multinational companies, capitalizing on complementary strengths of cost-efficient operations in Johor from available land and solid infrastructure and Singapore's financial and technological sophistication. And this will be followed by the highlight of today, the Right Honourable Prime Minister sharing his vision of economic transformation through strategic collaborations benefiting Malaysia and Singapore and the wider region. After lunch, we will have panel discussions that will discuss the Ministry of Finance's new Gear Up initiative and explore Johor-Singapore Special Economic Zone as a win-win proposition for both Malaysia and Singapore. And for that, we have 4 CEOs of GLICs, among others, to speak at the panel session. And it is unfortunate that our Minister of Economy, Tuan Rafizi Ramli, is unable to make it today. He's not well today. But in his place, we have arranged for 4 CEOs of Bursa Malaysia, Maybank, CIMB Group, and HSBC, who will step in for him. And that will be the last session in the evening to wrap up our event today. I would like to encourage all of you to participate actively in the discussions that will follow. Your insights and perspectives are certainly invaluable as we work together to shape a more prosperous and sustainable future for our respective countries. And in closing, please allow me to acknowledge our partners for today's endeavor, Maybank, CIMB Securities, and HSBC, who are represented by their respective group CEOs, Dato' Saleh, Encik Novan, and Dato' Omar, and their respective teams from various organizations for their contribution behind the scenes in making this event a success. And I wish everyone a successful and productive Invest Malaysia Iskandar. Thank you.
Thank you, Tan Sri.